My dad, I think, bought homestead over in 1910. And then it wound up, my dad wasn't bankrupt. He was a big cattle farmer over there, and he had money, and he had silos and the whole thing.
We had that trapper too.
And the whole thing, it was, this would have been during Hoover's time, 28, that area. But it wound up, my dad, he done his banking business at Bloomfield. I'm one of my friends, but I don't hear about telling about it, but it's the truth. My dad done his banking business at Bloomfield Bank, Advance Bank, back wasn't big enough to handle his volume, you know. So it wound up, the banker told Bob, "You're going to be the richest man in Stoddard County." And did you know Sim's dad-in-law? I mean, Sim's son-in-law, Bill Hinkle.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Bill was the old man. He was strictly, I guess you call him today, a windshield farmer.
Yeah.
He rode a horse to watch these cattle that grazed over here. This is our land. There's their land over there and the land over here. And he'd ride a horse out there in the country. He'd always wear a necktie. He was a big time operator. Well, he had hair all of it, you know. So that's the way that went. But my dad, just getting back to my father's story, he made a mistake, but he was big-hearted. He loaned people money and needed something, you know, to farm around. And when that all come due, Hoover got in and nobody had any money to pay. And we lost the farm.
The Welch's did too.
Yeah.
A lot of people back then did.
I guess you know why I'm a Democrat.
Well, you know,
I
they'd
remember
shake
those
hands
times.
and it was a deal, and then the deal didn't work out.
But he'd signed, co-signed for him.
Right.
That was a big mistake, and he didn't have the money, and they foreclosed on the farm and everything else. So we lived there, and then in another story I always used to tell my classroom all the time. My mom and Aunt Pauline, like that. I think a postcard at those days cost 2 cents. Remember that? Remember what a postcard cost?
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Well, my mom wanted to write Aunt Pauline about something, and she searched that house. She found 1 penny. 1 penny. She sent me, remember the Kinkles, Frank Kinkle? She sent me to Frank Kinkle's house. He made some good wine. To borrow a penny so she could mail it. We was about 3/4 of a mile from the mailbox. Where the Tillman Road come down the hill there past Johnson's place. So we was almost a mile east of there. And then Frank Foster, remember him?
He was a character.
Oh, he was a character. Let me tell you a story about him. Remember how we used to thrash wheat?
Yeah.
We'd cut it with a binder and then we'd shock it
Blow it around.
and let it dry out. And then when we thrash it, Elsie Owens had a thrash machine. And he would come and we'd just go and take Lisby's now, and take ours next, take Hinkle's next, and go around that way. And it was and we go all the way around Tillman area, and just swap work. Of course, need 6, 8 wagons to run a thrash machine, all your stuff in. Well, it wound up. This Frank Foster was in that. We call it a run. That was a run, and wherever we was at 12 o'clock, whoever was thrashing at, they was the one that fixed the dinner.
Oh, I know all about
You know about that? Well, did you know about Frank Foster? They'd always have pie and cake and all. They'd put on a feast. When we sat down at the dinner table, the first thing that Frank Foster done was got him a piece of pie. Ate a piece of pie. I don't know whether he's afraid he wasn't going to get one. the Troughs lived here and the Thompsons lived on down the road here.
Oh, those troughs, they had so many boys
Oh, man,
and a couple of girls.
I didn't know they had a girl.
Oh, yeah, they did.
I knew Lloyd.
God. I'd have to think about that too, Lloyd, and then all of them were big, tall guys.
Well, what we would do, like I say, the Troughs lived here, and we lived over here about 2 miles or so. Well, Trough's land was laying in here, and here was another farm. Oh, what was that widow's name before you get to the LaCroix? They had, I don't know, must have been better than 100 acres in there that they rented out, and my dad would rent that. And they'd come out here and they'd plant corn on there. And, well, the Troughs done their farming too, but they had to have that, they'd quit about maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes before sundown, and they'd come in, and when we were coming home past the Troughs house, here Lloyd and
I can't think of
Raymond, wasn't
Raymond, right.
Raymond was one, and Howard.
Right, that was the younger one.
Yeah, well, there were 4 of them. Well, you talk about somebody throw pitch and catch. They could have made me make it.
They had one girl and her name was Alma.
I never knew her. See, but I was too young. But when we'd come up, I was on this old, take another story about that in a minute. But we come up here and the man there to be out there. One catching, 2 catching, 2 pitching. And that was, I still remember that thing. Then on Sunday afternoon, we'd have a ball game someplace.
Wouldn't it be fun to get all those people together
Oh,
again?
Man.
Most of them probably aren't.
Oh, they're already gone.
They're already meeting up yonder.
I'd go out to
They
the
might be playing up
cemetery
there
at home
too,
and they're
those.
either dead or in a nursing home.
Yeah. I was too little to do anything, but I always wanted to be out there. But Dad and my older brother, he was 12 years old when I was there. Well, they'd plant this corn, cultivate it, and everything else, you know. And man, I played a trick on him one day. The road went down here, went to Advance. Raymond built a home out there. And it wound up nice trees in there, you know. And man, they was cultivating corn. I played a trick on them. I'll hide from them, so I'll climb up that damn tree. I'd holler at them, you know, and they'd look around, they would know where I was. I thought that was the greatest thing that ever happened.
Surprised you didn't get your panties back.
I got to dance those poison ivy you ever saw.